people are listening to us right now. But Brother Paul,
That's right.
Brother Paul, this morning I'm talking about Ritalins. You know, the drugs that they put a lot of our kids on back in the what that was, the 80s, the 90s, you know,
Yeah.
2000.
correct.
Yeah, they put a lot of drugs out here, and
That's right, Brother Wallace. That's a hot topic there, brother.
yeah.
You know, that's one of my pet peeves, education.
Yeah, education is the key, you know, to a lot of things. But, you know, when it was brought to my attention about Ritalins, you know, we need, what you call it, mental health
That's right.
facilities, you know.
That's correct.
And they talking about putting a jail up here, and a lot of people is upset about the jail. But if you're gonna put the jail, put a mental hospital next to the jail. So if somebody's having mental problem, you know, you're not far from both facilities. You see, if you're gonna arrest somebody to bring them to jail, and you notice they got a mental health disorder, bring them there too, you know. So we got to understand what's really going on in our community, in our lives, and things like this here, you know. I asked a question earlier when I first started the show off: are we going to have some Martin Luther King sale like we had all these other sales for Christmas, Thanksgiving, New Year's, Black Friday? You know, I remember one year, and it'd been quite a few years ago, Harley Davis had a Martin Luther King sale, and I never heard another Martin Luther King sale since then. So I wonder if these stores going to offer a Dr. King sale, because he got a national holiday now. You know what I mean?
Really got it. Well, I know he gone, that Brother Wallace, they didn't commercialize
Yeah.
his name.
Mm-hmm. So
Took down to sales app.
right. So now let's see if we're gonna get the same respect that everybody else get. You know, if they're gonna offer things for the King holiday, you know, because his birthday is coming up, on the 16th, I believe.
Yeah,
You
that's
know?
correct.
Yeah, we're going to have parades and everything else, so why we can't have this too, you see? So I was looking at the news where the lowriders even coming back out with the lowriders thing in California, you know.
Wow, that's old school. That's real old school.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
low-fat.
Yeah, the lowriders, you know. And man, they had a lot of nice cars in California that especially the Chicanos and things like this here was fixing up, and they would do cruising. And that was all over California, but Los Angeles was the biggest one that they had. And then they had other car shows and things like this here where people would come down in Santa Monica and things like this here, and they would have car shows. And that was very nice, you know. So the thing of it is, we got to do better right now, you know. I want to say congratulations to all the new incomers that was elected into office, and congratulations to all those outgoing, you know, elected officials, you see. So, but now we got a new status coming in, and with the new status coming in, we got to understand what's going on. We got to make sure that we're going to do the right thing. We got to make sure that we're going to stand up for the right things, not just accept what they're giving us because we're in office and we don't want to make no waves. But if we don't make waves, you understand me? You don't know the water is moving. So, but the main thing right now is why a lot of these kids are wanting to shoot and kill each other. Right here where I'm sitting at, in the parking lot, of AOC. Well, you could say the Rosa Parks Center, they had a killing over the weekend. We got to understand, like the officers asking, if you see something, say something, don't let it happen, and it's getting ready to happen, and it's going down. Police officers don't have everybody's brain. We don't know what they're thinking. I don't know what you're thinking right now, other than I know you decided to call the show this morning, and you got things on your plate that you would like to talk about.
It's all about the same thing, what you just said, shootings and drive-by.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, we talked about that, I think, the last show, over the time period about mental health in our community.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of mental health going on with this. And related to that Ritalin, that disorder or drug they was giving them kids, let's face it, them drugs got side effects.
Yes.
What studies been done how the effects of these drugs on these kids and in school? You got to give them drugs to make them act right. A lot of them just hyperact. You got to find, you get to the part with this education system.
Paul, we got a call coming in. Let me answer this call. Good morning, caller. How you doing?
Good morning, Brother Wallace. Happy New Year, and to Brother Paul. Keep him on the line, because I'm just calling as a concerned citizen, not as a director or input of any shows I do. But Brother Wallace, I love more than anything expressing my opinion. And listen, I'm going to tell you about Ritalin, and I got couple of other things to say, and I'm going to get off the line, not bother you guys, and listen intently to your answer. Let me tell you, Ritalin, the potential side effect of a drug like this, I'm reading this right off the top on one of the medical pages, WebMD. It is a controlled substance. Here's what it could do. It can cause rapid or irregular heartbeat, delirium, which is acting crazy, panic, psychosis, that's another way of acting crazy.
Yeah. And
at the end, heart failure. That's the main side effects of Ritalin. Now, they've been giving these drugs to our kids for the last 50 years. I'm going to say.
Yeah.
And who knows if they're still doing it, a lot of pushback on it. So I'm glad you brought that subject matter up. That's something we're going to have to tackle in 2024 and find out the status, whether, that's juvenile, but we can't find all the information. But we could certainly find the statistics if they're willing to come forward. Now, I want to delve in this, and I'm going to get off the line.
Don't get off the line, Brother Jay.
Yes, sir. One of the things that we want to know in this political climate, and for Brother Paul, and that's my opinion, and not to rain on anybody's parade. Now, if we have a greater electorate out there in the Republican and conservative agenda who's pushing the narrative of Donald Trump and people like him. Remember, Trump is not the smartest in the book.
Nope.
But if we have on a local level these same politicians, because you see Jeff Landry getting his cabinet together, and it looks like it could be all lily white, and they're borderline, to me, white supremacists. Go and look at their policies and so forth, right? And if he's putting that cabinet together on the state level, and then we got local conservatives and Republicans who black folks have carried over the line, and I'm talking about, Brother Wise, that mayor president, and I know some people say wait and see. But if they're advancing the policies on the national level, the state level, and maybe even the local level, well, we gotta ask the question, these other black elected officials, listen, are you gonna ask the new mayor president to denounce The Republican Party and the rhetoric that they're preaching, the Mike Johnson of Louisiana and the Donald Trumps on the national level who Mike Johnson supports, who Jeff Landry supports, those policies are against our communities. And if our elected officials, whether it's Marcus Bryan, or whether it is the newly elected Timmy Sashaw, if they cannot stand up for us against those policies, then they're no good to us. And I'm saying it, in 2024, who gives a damn how they feel? You know, we're going to use every platform.
Come on, you hit your own run. Come on with it, brother.
And Brother Watson is not coming from you guys. I'm saying this. So I just want you guys to comment on that. And y'all know where I'm going. I want the best interests of my community as opposed to the best interests of white supremacists and black folks who want to go along and get along because they got a job, acting like when they got elected that we owe them something. No, y'all owe us something because we elected y'all. Thank y'all so much, my brother.
Right on, brother.
Right
Jay.
on time, brother. With that accountability. In 2024, accountability.
Right.
That's the magic word.
2024, 2024,
Accountability.
2024, we should be opening up doors, man. You know.
Well, the doors already open, Brother Waters. They ain't waiting for us to walk in.
No,
Some reason or another, we don't want to walk in the door.
that's what I'm saying. We should be opening doors, you know, because you had a lot of doors that been closed to us, and even though they was open, we closed them, you know, because we were scared to step in what was going on. And I say we need to take money out of politics. There's too much money in politics, and that's what makes people sell us out. I don't care if you're black or white, you know, race, religion, creed, or color. You know, once you start accepting the money, you selling all of us out, including yourself. Because once the door closed on you, it closed on all of us. So we need to keep opening up doors and making sure that these people, you know, is doing the right thing.
Brother Wallace, we is living in some dangerous times as citizens.
Yeah.
And, of course, I'm 67 years old. You know, I haven't seen democracy yet. But it's really on the notice right now what's going on in our court system. Man, over our neighbors over there in Mississippi and over there in Jackson, the percentage of, blacks are 80% compared to 10% white. They set up a whole new court system in Mississippi without a vote of the people. Then they would put a mandate for the local people to pay for it. Then you couldn't arrest, if you was in the city, work for the city side, you couldn't arrest white people or give them a ticket.
Right.
But the other side they created, they could arrest anybody.
Right.
We're living in some very, very dangerous time. In other words, history repeating itself in so many ways.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to say this, Reconstruction.
Mm-hmm.
We're looking at it all over again, Reconstruction.
Yeah.
With the wars going on in Ukraine, with the education system, what you talking about, this rally, all that's tied together. But then we got another concern, environmental, happening right before our very eyes.
Right. You know, I talk about this too. You know, when George Bush was president, you know, he got on national TV. I can't remember if it was one of his State of the Union speech or what, but he said he found out America was addicted to oil. And when they found out America was addicted to oil, bro, gas prices went up higher than what it was. And we don't understand that, you know. That's just like we fighting president, you see, you know, right now. And everybody's against Biden. Everybody is against Trump, you know. And that's the biggest war we having right now, because we're too busy fighting our presidency, you know, and not fighting the powers that be. And I say, this is coming from me. I don't have a disclaimer, right now, because I never took time to learn it. But I'm going to put a disclaimer out there. If we don't understand our political world, if Trump get back in office, we going under dictatorship. I'm telling y'all this, and y'all heard it from me. I'm going to keep on saying it. I've been saying it, from the time that he was president. This is why he's out of office now, because he was trying to get everything under dictatorship when he was president. That's why a lot of people quit his cabinet. He fired a lot of people in his cabinet, because they didn't want to go along with what he wanted to do. He
got some damage, man. He set up 500 federal court judges position. 500.
Mm-hmm.
That's unprecedented for a president.
Yeah.
500. So, and they were the main one. Certain group was the main ones hollering about legislating from the bench.
Mm-hmm.
Lord have mercy. Boy, hit the kettle black, ain't it?
Oh man,
And who better legislate than I see now is from the other side. I ain't even calling their names out. You know who they are.
Yeah.
And I'm sure our listening folks do as well. Because they be in the time with the judicial system. They're making a mockery out of this judicial system.
Yes. They're making a mockery out of this country, man. Trump went to North Korea, and came back and wanted to have one of those parades like Kun.
Like Russia. Like
Yeah.
Putin and them.
Yeah. Man, come on now. We live in the United States of America. Some people say United Snake of America. But we should have more rights than anybody else come in this country. I had a white guy to tell me we didn't have white privilege. White privilege went to the bank, and when you walked in the bank, because they seen the color of your skin, they gave you what you wanted. Black folks walk in the bank, you understand me? We could get, but we couldn't get what we wanted.
And then we had a burden, a high burden, and everybody else had to pay what we couldn't get what we wanted.
Right. Like I say, if I walk in a bank and I need $50,000, okay, to start up my business or whatever, I don't want $50,000, because that put a burden on me to pay it back. Give me $100,000. You understand me? And the $100,000, I could take $50,000 of the $50,000 and help pay the $50,000 back. But they don't do that. They don't do that for us. So we got to understand the economics of all of this. The black folks that wear the ties and the suits and stuff like this here, y'all need to start understanding it's not just about y'all. It's about everybody. Take care of everybody. Jesus Christ didn't come on this earth to save one. He came to save all. All those that's accepting his favor, you understand me?
That's right.
They could make it, preachers, they do that. They're not looking out for all the people. They might be looking out for their congregation, but
well, they have tied too, though, in church with that 501c3.
Yes.
They're not, if you get the government in their business.
Yeah.
The government wasn't in their business back in the day. The only one proud of the Catholic Church been tied with the government from inception. Roman Catholic Church from the beginning. They were tied to the government, but as we know, they set a lot of precedents they got today through the Catholic Church.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It goes to, hey, you study your history, religion. And, when we came along, now, certain things you can operate as being under a 501c3. We didn't need the government out of business, just like our education institution. They had no government money when they accepted. They built a college up and was studying education at the same time.
Right.
But when they got with the government, now they let the government get up in their business. Now they taking over and telling them what they can and can't do.
Yes, sir. Well, that didn't just start it. I knew a church, you understand me, that when they wrote the Sunday program, they had to send it to the clerk's office for them to approve it, for them to read the church bulletin on a Sunday.
You see? Oh, Lord.
No, you laughing, but that ain't no joking matter.
No, it ain't, but I'm laughing to keep from crying, my brother. It's like I was telling you about the last few weeks. I still got that election hangover.
Yeah, well.
I'm still hungover from the election.
Yeah, well, you're going to have...
That's what happened when times like we living in today.
Yeah, well,
we living in some precarious and dangerous times, my brother, to be... man, further education.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
We got a choice. They finna finish destroying education. Louisiana is already a fraud they commit. Man, you ought to see some of the schemes they find to get their hands on that money from education. But they never see the classroom where it was all an inception to raise the child. And let me tell you something, Wild. I know you heard me say that before a few times over the years. Public education, this is what it should do for every child. Private citizenry, both public and private. And if the education can do that for our children, they can conquer the world.
Right. But you see, black education is different than white education. Look at the books that they used to give us. Compare.
We talking the books you couldn't even claim, you couldn't even write the name. You had to just add it in a page or write it or mark it.
Yeah, we had to take those books and take old paper bags. You understand me? When they had a lot of paper bags and cover them up, things like this here. But the real thing is in the nutshell. Education now is higher than anything else. And what they doing, they pushing us out of education. That's what they're doing.
I'm going to tell you something else was going on. I don't know what's happening last year, but I know in this Cashew Parish here, man, they got little kids. And I'm trying to school. I'm talking about Head Start kids and the elementary kids. They ain't no, it shouldn't even be happening. You can't control the first grade.
Right.
You got them in trying to school, brother. I don't know what they call them over there when they got the sheriff department up in the school system. They talking about putting the pipeline. They already got it set up.
Yeah,
the school, it started the school. It ain't past the school. It started with the school.
Right. Well, how do you say that? From the schoolhouse to the courthouse to the jailhouse.
That's right, my brother. It's already there. They talking about after school or prison pipe. No, it's already in the school.
You're right.
They're just the front training them to know how to behave when they get to the penitentiary.
Right. So those are the kind of things that been going on. That didn't just started yesterday. It been going on, They used to have a Black History Parade, and that's how I picked that up. It started at the school, It started at the school, and it went from the schoolhouse. Well, Paul, we got another call coming in.
Hey, come on with it.
Come on, caller, good morning. How you doing?
Good morning.
I want to call back to address Brother Paul bringing up another good subject, and that's at the pinnacle of what we're going through. That school resources officers that they have in these public schools and maybe in the private schools. I don't know in the private schools, but school resource officers. Let me tell you something. The state of Louisiana, Brother Wallace, how many times we had organizations on the Open Line radio show discussing the sad state of affairs of the juvenile justice system in Louisiana. Angola is already messed up, right? We know that historically. But the juvenile justice system, the Department of Family Services, and the others, basically the people you call at the welfare office when you have to deal with children, well, that's all messed up. They had to fire the directors. They had a hearing in Baton Rouge a couple of times. This Louisiana legislative body couldn't even figure out what is going on. So you got juveniles who got murdered for life, serving juvenile life. They escaping from jail. The one in Opelousas, that issue in Opelousas, that guy got killed for Christmas. That's a prime example. The guy did 8 years in jail. He came out. He was 30-some years old, right? Well, the guy that killed him, the 18-year-old that killed him, he killed somebody before at 13 years old. And he escaped from the Bridge City. Remember that big scandal of all those juveniles breaking out of jail?
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Him, right? They put him back in jail, right? He already had juvenile life at 13 years old. But he escaped for the holiday. Well, he came home on a home pass. They let him out on a home pass because he turned 18, right? And he went and he killed the guy, according to the law enforcement report, in Opelousas for Christmas. I think that was the day after Christmas or Christmas Day. This is a sign of a dysfunctional juvenile system that can't even rehabilitate these youth, let alone rehabilitate these adults. So I'm saying all the new election people coming in the office, what they going to do about Louisiana's justice system and the issues for children? If you got children messed up, Brother Wallace, you know you got some adults out there totally messed up, and this day continues to be dead last. I just want to bring that point out also.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. But I thank you for all that you do. You are the black media here, as far as I'm concerned.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Y'all got it going on, Brother Wallace.
Yeah, well,
Unfortunately, we don't have that platform here. And that's the sad state of the union, what I'm looking over here. But it could be a venture in the future.
Right. Well, our people, seem like we lose our vision, on where we going, so.
We got another problem, too, Wallace. Misery Love Company, you heard that old saying from old school.
Yeah.
Misery Love Company, well, we got that problem, too. There's no action. Without a power relinquish nothing, without a demand. Don't ever forget that. And freedom ain't free.
Right.
It's going to be a constant struggle we have to go till we leave and go see our maker, my brother.
Yes, sir.
There's somebody always trying to take it away from you.
Yeah. Well, education is the key to all of us. But
that's right.
If we don't have a good education, it's hard. It's hard for us.
You're afraid to use your education.
Right.
Lord help us all.
Yeah. Well, they got a lot of people, got education, and they get in a certain position, and when they get in that certain position, well, they don't want to look back. They don't.
No, they don't. They're getting paid. They put them on one against the other.
Right. And some of us never had the amount of money that we have now,
That's correct, my brother.
So when they get in those positions, they like them, because now they're making money. They could go live in gated communities. They could live in the big fancy 2-car garage.
Yeah, but why? That's true, my brother, what you're saying, but somebody paid a price for you to be over there.
Yeah.
It ain't just happened.
No. But they don't
Somebody made a sacrifice. Don't ever forget that. We stand on some broad shoulders before us.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I like this, brother. I want to find it better. I want to make it better than I found it.
Yeah, well,
that's what we all about, Brother Wallace. We wouldn't be doing this all these years for just doing it. We ain't getting paid. We doing it because it must be done.
I ain't getting paid. You know, I wish
We
I.
got people ain't doing their job, but I got a way of solving that problem with our elected officials. We need to start taking the civil court. If they ain't producing that, we want our money back.
Back, yeah.
And we can do that. We can do that, brother.
Yeah.
Well, put them in civil court, man. If you ain't gonna do nothing, you ain't gonna open your mouth, we gonna sue you and get our money back, non-productivity. You're lucky we ain't putting no charges on it. Because y'all putting charges on the public.
Right.
Therefore, time. They put a charge on you now for that, why?
Yes, sir. You know.
So, hey, we need to be mindful. We got a lot of tools to work with. But the top of the list going to be accountability. It start with your individual.
Right. So if we could understand what's really going on, you know, I have a Bible, say American Patriot Bible, you know.
Oh, all right now.
American Patriot Bible, and guess where it come from? It come out of Baton Rouge, out the capital, you know.
Well, yeah, that's special. Well, I'm going to tell you something even special. Louisiana got a mission statement. They are in violation of their mission statement. And some people need to read that.
Right.
On the state of Louisiana, go read what it says. Conference, Union, and Justice. Something of that nature. I'm here to say, as a person, a free man, what I'm only doing what we all do, me, you, Vilo, Keaton, and many others across the state. We only doing what free people supposed to do, man. That should come natural with you being a person free.
Right.
And free will.
You know, they got a show that come on AOC on Thursday. Love the way the brother bring out a lot of history. He bring out a lot of good history.
That's important too. That is very important, man.
You know, his history, if we don't pay attention to it, you said it at the beginning, it's getting ready to repeat itself. And
it already has. I can show you some incidents with Ukraine and Russia was going on over there.
Right.
Yeah, we got people living in the streets. Now we sending money over there to support them.
Not just
but then over in the South, they sacrificing us in the South for all this greed with what you say, that lust on that bad black gold.
Yeah.
But we ain't greeting none of the repercussions. We taking all the sacrifice, but ain't nothing in it for us. Our education system failing. Our wages are low. They can't pay a living wage to the state employee.
Right. You know, so all these things, man, is hindering us, you know.
You think all right is hindering us.
And
oh, the other thing, we got that Intel tax. Now, we fell short, I think, now this approximately $150 million from finishing this Lake Charles Bridge. While you was the first brother, I remember 15, 20 years ago, say, man, Paul, why don't they paint the bridge in Lake Charles? Boy, I say, I bust out laughing. That was 20 years ago. And where we at now? But they giving away our taxes, money, to corporation and corporate welfare to get our resources. I just don't understand that. I got a problem with that. Now, as far as providing them for hiring local employees from the state first, now that's a consent. That's far as you get, brother.
Yeah.
To me, they giving our sovereignty away for Louisiana. Because the people ain't benefiting. We suffer. We suffer in many ways. And that's going to be a concern. Not in the near future. It's in the near future. Not in the future, in the near future.
You're right.
Because if you ain't got no water to drink or no air to breathe, and you can't grow food, what the hell are you going to do?
Right.
That's why we see that immigration problem. They don't think global warming is real. That's a factor, too, in all this.
Well, the immigration problem, I look at it like this here. Anybody, any elected official, anybody hiring immigrants, like they call them, illegal, you understand me? They should be made to pay fines and stuff like this here. But we got too many people living on the street, man, right now.
Yeah, that's correct, Wallace. We got a homeless population, unbelievable.
People, yeah.
And guess what? The government created that.
Yeah.
Back in the 70s, late 70s, 80s.
Yeah, well, when the Vietnam War, when they decided to end the Vietnam War, look at all the immigrants that they brought here then, and they came in our community. They took over our stores. They took over the produce market. I remember I used to go and catch a 5-gallon bucket of crawfish, and I was in California. I hate to keep bringing up California, but 30 years in California, I was California grown, but Louisiana raised.
Yeah, right now.
When those,
well, you got the best of both worlds, bro.
yeah, when the Vietnamese came and started going, the crawfish that I used to go get, they clean them out. It's like they hired them to get them all out the lake. So those kind of things, you understand me? They had privilege over us. We didn't have that privilege. You see? How you think these people is getting money? They're not getting money from China. They go into the bank and get money. They might have their own little private bank. You see? So, but the thing of it is, everything that we have, we got to fight for it. The Black Chamber of Commerce here, thank to Janelle Shagwar for putting it together, But I was the one that brought it up that we need a Black Chamber of Commerce here with a black bank that understand the needs of black people. That's the way I first said it, and I said it today. But we get in a certain position because we could put on a white shirt and a tie and a suit. We all of that. No, learn who you are and what you're all about. You see, because black people have it different than white people. My son started a trucking business on the phone. And when he had to go meet the people that put him in that trucking business, they told him, we didn't know you was black. And after they found out he was black, well, everything that they was doing for him before, they started breaking it down. But
they already got a line they already drawn the sand for people folks.
Yeah.
You see, that was the problem when we got our rights. Instead of us going all whole hand like we was going to get it, fight for it, it was every man for himself and woman.
Yeah.
When freedom came, that's why we got lowball, and it's still snowballing today. Because they got always somebody they want to put in each community that whole time getting politics.
Yeah.
And they pay them so much. So it ain't much left. They got to rob you to pay themselves.
Yeah,
and they sell the community out.
Yeah, well,
That's still going on, brother.
Yeah, but see, the thing of it is, when you talk to people on the phone, you talk to them online, send emails and stuff like this here, the words don't say, oh, what you're talking about, don't say, I'm a black man, I got to have this. People want to do business.
Yeah, that's about business. That's all it's about, what you got, your commodity.
Yeah. But
or you can get this commodity from.
But once they put eyes on you, they look at you different. They start treating you different. And
that's correct. That is correct.
Yeah. And then when they start treating you different, you like a crawfish. You back up. I say life is like a crawfish. A crawfish move forward slow, but if you spook it, it comes back quick. You know.
That's right.
And then it come back so quick. By the time it get back to where it was before, time is winding down. You know, like time is winding down on us right now. Hey, if anybody want to join in this conversation, area code 337-347-7236. You are welcome to call with your comments. You know, it's not just about my conversation, it's about our conversation. It's a community matters conversation. And what's happening in our community now is not just happening here in Lafayette. It's happening all over. You know, Brother Paul calls in from Lake Charles, and the same problem we having here, they having over there. The same problem we having here in Lafayette, they having in New Iberia and surrounding. You know.
Something just popped in my head. You know, it's kind of like, we've been talking about this. As long as I've been knowing you well, all y'all well over 20 years.
Yeah.
And so y'all time passed, brother. And you know, I think we need to have a calling in from Alexandria, Monroe, Baton Rouge.
Yeah.
Big Easy. We need to get some callers. And if anybody out there, we need to share our thoughts. What's going on around the state through this avenue, this venue.
Right.
It's special when you got a voice.
Yeah, well, you know.
We need to hear from y'all out there.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm all over in the community. I talk to different people in the community, and they talks to me, and they tell me I had a good show. They listening, you know.
Yeah, they listening. Yeah, that's right.
And that's just as good as them.
Amen, my brother. Amen.
Yeah, you know, it's just as good because they could hear what we're talking about, and a lot of people understand what's really going on. We ain't using no big hypothetical words or anything like this here that people can't understand, or they got to go find a dictionary to look up the word. You know, normal every
That's what
day.
they call the magic word, citizenship.
Yeah.
Citizenship.
Yeah, you know, so I appreciate them even just checking the show out, you know.
And hey, I'm blessed and able, to be able to go in y'all living room like Brother Wallace gave that opening statement. I appreciate him saying that.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a pleasure to speak out there and because I got a lot of friends across Lafayette because I used to work at the union back then.
Yeah.
Work in that area. I got plenty of friends out there.
I met you too.
Yeah, Mr. Paul's still around. He's going nowhere anytime soon until the good Lord goes.
You know, I met you through our good friend, Brother Bunny, you know, and you have never changed, man. You have never changed from the time I met you till now, you know.
Yeah, man, y'all some special people out there, man. I love me some people out in that area. Hey, my dad from St. Landry pad, Opelousas Soap Stand.
Mm-hmm.
So, hell, we all won Opelousas Soap Stand because you remember, they ran all the way to the state line to the Texas line at one time.
Yeah.
Till they broke it up to the Confederate side of view. Then they broke up the 4 parishes.
Yeah.
So it's a big time St. Landry.
Oh, yeah. St. Landry is a big parish, you know, but we having things that's going on all over the city, bro, all over the state.
That's right. That's right.
My biggest thing right now is the money that they're sending to Ukraine and Afghanistan and all these other places, you know. But you can't send money here. You can't drop enough money here to make sure that the people, you know, have a quality of life, you know. That's just like they got enough land, bruh. They could put a big old tent up, you know, and have these people going to these that's homeless and stuff like this here. have them going over there to take showers and sleep with heat, with coolness. You know, they could have all of that, man. But you think they trying? You think they trying? No, they not trying, because if they was trying, they have a lot of people that I see sleeping on the sidewalk, you know, around buildings and stuff like this here, that they could do something about that, you know?
That's correct. Well,
So,
and
but Brother Paul,
we got a bigger problem with literacy in the state of Louisiana. We talked about that the last time about this education situation.
yeah,
They committing fraud in Louisiana, and the federal government going along and letting them do it.
right. But you know, Brother Paul, is time done wind down.
Yeah, to the hour. Well, all I got to say, Brother Wilder, thank you for giving the opportunity to come in y'all houses and on your car radio and just laugh your period, man.
You're
Y'all
right.
some great people out there. But for me, today's Friday. Love Friday, agape. That's all I got to say.
All right.
Love Friday. It's agape and agape. That's all I got to say, my brother. Listening folks out there, wherever you at. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Brother Paul, for being a guest on the phone. You know, I want to thank everyone for allowing me to come into your eyes, to your heart, to your ears, and into your home. You know, we're going to keep trying to bring education to what's real.